Now, what is our victim archetype? It is our self-esteem. When I ask people to explain what their self-esteem is, I always say it's how I feel about myself. And that is the case. That's exactly what our self-esteem is. It's how we feel about ourselves. However, it's a little bit more than that. It is an emotion. It is how we feel about ourselves. But firstly, it is our attitude. When I do a lot of workshops with people, I finally discovered that yes, the victim goes with everything. And this whole concept of self-esteem was really important. But I always felt there was something a little bit more. And then I discovered that it was all about attitude first. Our victim archetype, our self-esteem, firstly it's attitude, and then it is quickly followed by an emotion. This was shown to me by my 3-year-old granddaughter. And this happened one day. We were driving up to Currumbin. We would take the grandchildren up to Currumbin probably every fortnight. Lily was 3, Luca was 5. So off we go, we sit in the car. So I'd always drive, my wife would be sitting next to me because she's a great passenger. In the back we had the children. I had my 3-year-old Lily in the back, 63-year-old sister in the middle, and my grandson Luca on the other side, and he was 5. So all the children would be happy. They'd be playing with their iPads and they'd be involved. And this would be great because freeway up to Currumbin from Mullumbimby, it's about a 45-minute trip. So we get onto the freeway and then I'd be driving and everything would be really smooth. You put the car into cruise control and off you go. It's all cruisy, and we're there for about 25 minutes and then the children would start fighting. The 3-year-old would pinch the 63-year-old. The 63-year-old would pinch the 3-year-old back. Then they'd start to argue and squabble. The 5-year-old, he would turn his iPad up because he didn't want to hear these fighting, squabbling girls. My wife would be sitting there in the front seat and I could feel her getting tenser and more stressed as we go. And because I'm driving thinking, just want to get there, just want to get there, just want to get there. So we drive up the freeway, and then towards the end of the freeway, to get to Currumbin, we turned off towards the airport. And after we turned off the freeway, of course, you would find traffic lights. And invariably we would get a red light. So we're travelling up there one day, usual thing happens, children are squabbling, wife's getting tense, I'm getting frustrated and angry, just want to get there. And of course go off the freeway and of course we hit a red light. And I'm sitting there swearing and cursing at this red light. 3-year-old in the background looks up and says, oh look, it's our favourite red traffic light. All of a sudden, my whole attitude changed. How can you be angry when something is your favourite? And so all of a sudden, I realised that it's attitude. My attitude was I was really grumpy because of this red light. When it's our favourite red light, it changes totally. You can't be unhappy with something that's your favourite. And so this really showed me that it was firstly attitude, then it's followed by the emotion. This was taught to me by a 3-year-old. It's amazing the jewels that come out of her mouth. So then I realised that this is what it's about, okay? Our victim archetype, our self-esteem, is firstly attitude, quickly followed by an emotion. So if you're not feeling great about yourself, check your attitude, okay? When you go off to work, what is your attitude? When you go off to dinner with friends or family, what is your attitude? When you go on holidays, what is your attitude? If your attitude is really strong, guess what? You're going to feel good about yourself. Your self-esteem is not only going to be enhanced, but it's going to stay strong. And that's really important because, as I said, when we come back to our victim archetype, it works with every other archetypal energy we have. When you go off to work, you might have your servant, you might have your king archetype, you might have your teacher or your healer. Guess what? Your victim is there with it all of the time. And so always check what your attitude is and keep that self-esteem really strong and enhanced. That's so important because that governs how we feel about ourselves, but it also governs so many other aspects of our life.